Hi everybody, welcome back to my channel. My name is Becky and I am here to talk about some survival tips for empaths like myself through the holidays. So if you're interested on getting some ideas on how you can cope and keep yourself together during the most stressful time of the year, keep watching. So recently, returning from Thanksgiving, I felt like I did some things differently this time when visiting family that I felt like I was talking about with actually a friend of mine in the car on the way home, and I was like, you know what, these are some really good tips. I should probably share these. And I was realizing he's an empath too, and so it was just like we were realizing we were doing the same kinds of things, and as you do when you're an empath, reading a person or reading their energy, that kind of thing. And we noticed the exact same things about the exact same individuals, just randomly in a rest stop or somewhere, So it was kind of interesting that we like shared notes on that and like how it made us feel afterwards, coming in contact with that person, and then I just realized, oh, this is such a good topic to bring up for the holidays and traveling and all of that good stuff. So one of the first tips I wanted to share is that as an empath, going to family functions, it's like you're excited, but you're also very like you need your space, and it's good to be around family, but it also can be very overwhelming, especially those that you're closest to growing up, and just the history and everything that you have with each of these individuals all comes back to play a part. How you've changed maybe as an adult from a child, and you've grown up, but yet you're still feeling like you're being treated like an adult to a child. All those dynamics, right? So one of the greatest things to do is 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 to be like all encompassed within yourself. So it's such a foreign feeling for an empath to do that. So when you're walking into a room, what is the first thing that you do? You read the people directly in front of you, or who'll be sitting next to you, or you know, and you can't help but doing this. And what I call it is you send out like little feelers. So like these like little empath feelers, and you're going in and you're feeling what that person is feeling. What is their mood like? What is something's not right maybe, or that maybe that person has good energy, and oh, that person hasn't changed at all, or whatever you do, you kind of quickly assess the situation. And even though some people suggest not doing this, I mean, how can you not help doing it? First of all, when you're going into a room or any kind of environment, you're feeling like you want to read the situation for your safety, for your emotional safety, for your mental, your physical, all of that. And especially when it comes with family, it's like the emotional, safety, or like, okay, how is the mood? What's going on in this, situation? You could also be not in your own personal space, like visiting people, which makes it even more of a challenge, or visiting family. And so it's just, you know, uh, it's all very new. It's not only getting readings on the people, you're getting readings on the environment. Are there things that are going to make you uncomfortable? Are there certain behaviors going on that make you uncomfortable? Um, where do you want to go? I mean, seriously, it's like you want to just find your own room, your own space. You want to like put out your, get your things set up, whatever. You want to get comfortable. You want to go visit for a while, and then you just need to like recharge. So after you do the feelers and you feel like, okay, what's safe, what's going on, you sense which individuals, kind of do a scope out. So you sense which individuals are possibly going to be threatening to your energy, or a challenge to be around, okay? And you could already know this going in because obviously you have a history with your family and you know certain members. Yeah, as you know, you want to be like, wow, it's been a couple years. Maybe I want to see this person again. Have they changed? Let's see, you know. So you always, you know, you probably go in with an open understanding. And of course, you're probably like, I've changed. So I wonder if they'll notice that. And, you know, so anyway, there's just all these dynamics that need to go on. And it's very, can you see how draining, just even with me talking about it, how draining that is? Because you understand, you know how much energy that takes. So when you notice the person, the individual or group that is more energy draining, that is going to be an issue for you. You know, you get in, you do your polites, hi, it's good to see you, you know, that type of thing. And then the effort should be like, that's it. You know what I'm saying? Because if you try to go in more and be like, basically what an empath is used to doing is finding out why they feel that way. How can I fix it? How can I make it better? What can I do? You know, and we take on this like responsibility of their mood because we want to change how they're feeling because we don't want them feeling that way because it's uncomfortable and we love them and we don't want them going through that. So it's very hard because you don't have the power to change them. You only have the power of what you can do. And what you can do is also not drain yourself by constantly trying to make this person happy or figuring out or getting in their way or, you know what I mean, meddling more like. So what you can do is just stay, that's what I'm talking about, stay in your own like capsule of energy. So once you've assessed the situation, it's really important that you do not like go back in and keep going back into the people, the family members, the whoever, that is necessarily like energy draining because you're going to want to figure out what's going on, what's wrong with them, you know, that, is it me? See, the problem with being an empath is that whatever they're going through and those feelings, we immediately take that into ourselves and going, oh my gosh, they feel that way towards me because we are feeling what they're feeling. And that is like so not the right thing to do. And not only that, but it creates another dynamic that you don't even want to get into because what if you took that personally and then you suddenly like have an edge with them for the rest of the visit, you know what I mean? And it really had nothing to do with you. It was like maybe they're on edge because holiday stress or they just got in a fight with their girlfriend or who knows, you know. So there's just a lot of dynamics that you just walked into and that you're feeling from all over the place, and you have to immediately like sift, be like, okay, that none of that is mine, like literally physical boundary. It's best to imagine like a physical wall and state to yourself, this isn't mine. This isn't mine. Okay. It's really hard because when you're visiting family, you want to make the effort, you want to see them, you want to be normal and participate in the holiday festivities. And it's just so much harder as an empath because you are so drained. And you're so affected by everybody's emotions. And, but there is good news. You're also affected by the holiday spirit. And I mean, hot cocoa, good food, helping out with the dishes, you know, just chatting around the fire, bonding with one-on-one with whoever it is that you mesh with the most, you know, reconnecting old friendships and you know, just all that good stuff, reliving old memories, laughing, you know, all that good stuff. All of that an empath loves. Also, watching somebody open their gifts. My sister says this all the time. She loves watching people open their gifts because she just feeds, it's like she feeds off their happiness, their joy, their energy, and everything. And it's a fun thing for an empath to do is to especially with children is to witness the magic of Christmas and gift giving and all of that. So there's relish in those great things that you love about the holidays, but also you need to keep out the toxic. So, okay, so this is your phone, and this is your little charger, you know? So this is what you need to do for yourself because, I will say it right here. I was on my phone a lot during the Thanksgiving holiday, and it was my way of staying in my energy. But I wasn't like on social networks. That's not staying in your energy. I was actually just playing it. That Mahjong game or whatever. I don't even know how you say it or Toon Blast, whatever. I was playing some fun games and it just, keeps me in my energy, keeps me like right here and not so much feeling into everybody else. It's kind of what I do to close in. Anyway, so you are your phone and there comes a time where you've had too much phone, too much people, too much of a strange environment. You've traveled all day, you're tired. So remove yourself from the situation and go into whatever room that you're staying in and just, if you have to say to somebody, hey, I'm gonna, go lay down for a bit. That's all you have to say. And you do that and you do whatever you want. You can lay down or whatever you're doing. What you're doing is recharging because you need to be by yourself. If you're like sharing a room or something like that and you can't really do that, what you need to do is get out and go for a walk. And hopefully you are in an area that there's a nearby park or nature or something because what the nature does, it like scrubs your energy field, your area around you. So the non-judging trees, the pretty snow on the branches, the glowing lights, the happy animals, all that kind of stuff, the clean, fresh air, all the non-judgmentally things and things that don't have like an ego and human consciousness, all that. Those are going to be your filters. So it's going to help filter out all the gunk. Really, a walk is going to be so rejuvenating. It's ridiculous. Like, it's the best thing to do when you're visiting family. No, like, hands down. And then, getting some quiet time. And then if there ever is a heated moment, so at one point in time, there always seems to be, like, in the visit, where the visit starts to feel a little bit, like, agitating on everybody. As an empath, you can feel, like, how that feels around the family members. You can feel their agitation, even with you, about doing something stupid, like maybe not hanging up your washcloth or who knows, not loading the dishwasher correctly, whatever. As an empath, unfortunately, you can feel and sense every single little thing like that. And it drives me bonkers when I can sense that. And I can sense everybody like getting on each other's nerves and everything like that. So keep the visits short is what I like to say. No more than 2 nights if you can help it. If it is going to be a longer stay, there needs to be longer journeys out, and there needs to be more walks, and there needs to be a lot of break time. And the issues that you're going to be feeling with everybody, again, like trying to keep yourself self-contained, even though you do sense them, even if they're on a minor level, because you can't even help it, right? The best way you can help is not necessarily, without draining your energy, is not necessarily sitting them down and being a listening ear. That's great and that's nice and that's what everybody loves, but it's very draining on you. And at some point you will be the listening ear. But what I'm saying is, when you've had enough of that, shift, get up, get a cup of tea, leave the room, do whatever you got to do to kind of, if you've had enough, right? But let's say you want to give in a way that's loving, and you feel like the only way you could do that possibly is by listening and listening and listening and listening and listening, even though it's draining you. So this is what you can do. Let's say you've noticed, I'm just going to use a particular example, like the woman or man of the house doing, the person that's doing all the things, okay? They're busy, they're cooking, they're cleaning, they're stressed out, and you want to help in some way. So help, but in a way that you find won't be like too much in their space, if that makes sense. So like, let's say they've actually finished the cooking, the cleaning, and it's the cleanup time. So you want to help with cleanup, and just go to the sink and start doing the dishes and hand wash them. Who cares about how they want them loaded into the dishwasher? Nobody's going to argue with hand wash dishes, and you know what I mean? They're just going to do them, and you're going to stack them up, and everybody, you can do them anywhere. So you can pick up garbage around the napkins or whatever. Find the little ways of helping that bring the love, and bring the calmness to the environment. If you play music, you could, bring your instruments and play. So there's whatever if you have great ways, if you have any ideas, let me know and put some comments below too, because, there's just so much you can do, but find the quiet ways of doing that, like the quiet ways of service, because they speak volumes without you having to speak and prove yourself. Or do you know what I'm saying? If you're trying to give a certain impression on your family that you're okay, that you're doing well, that they can trust you, this is a good way to do it, is to let them feel your calmness, your containment into yourself. And it's as if you are the calm in the center of the storm, right? All this chaos is going on and everything. But if you remain that calm, centered space, everybody's going to notice that, and they're going to be drawn to it, and it's going to be refreshing to them. Or, even better, maybe certain family members just will not bother you as much, because you know what I mean? It's like attracts like, is what I'm saying. Is basically like, you won't get involved in the drama if you're not feeling stirred up, inside yourself, and feeling any of those triggers being pulled or anything like that. So just to remain that center of calmness is really good to do. And it's hard to do. Like, for me, I felt like I did a pretty good job over the Thanksgiving holiday, but I was, very exhausted taking care of, the traveling arrangements, and just 8 hours in a car is hard on anybody with a toddler, even though she did great. And then, taking care of your child in a new environment and making sure their needs are met, and making sure your guests are comfortable, your friends, whatever it is. So I felt that I did pretty good, but there were times that I felt like maybe I wasn't doing enough, or it just felt foreign to me, because I am the type of person that's like, I like to people please, and if somebody's uncomfortable, I like to fix that. It felt very foreign to me to not want to do that. It felt, I have to say, selfish. And for the first time, it just felt really foreign to me. But even though I felt uncomfortable, in the moment of like, I should be doing more, I should be doing this, I should be doing that. And I was like, no, just stay and be contained in myself. Take that break that I needed to go do. Take that walk. And yes, even if my toddler is like, Mommy, it's too cold, I want to go back in, you go back in. But hey, I got out and it was just enough, to get some exercise and fresh air, and it felt good. Do what you can, you know what I'm saying? And you have to be very much in the moment. It's you can only do so much planning. I mean, you really have to just like in the moment, read the energies, find out when it's a good time to leave, find out when it's a good time to just stay contained, find out when it's a good time to help, find out when it's a good time to listen. But if you're feeling like it's draining on too much, it's like it's all about trying to set your boundaries around all of these other dynamics. And it can be really, really tricky. But if you do it, like I did this last time, it saved me so much energy. I felt so much better coming back from the trip. I didn't feel like I had to detox as much from people's emotions. Again, the traveling in the car was hard, but I did some yoga. And, I did my meditation once I got home and everything. And it was like within a day, I was good. Like, that's huge. Like, there's times where I've been on like family vacations and I've had, like get togethers or holidays. And I feel like it's taken 2 weeks to detox from all of that madness. Speaking of which, that reminds me, there's one other madness thing I wanted to bring up. Holiday madness. So as an empath, there's just the general societal and consumerism madness that can be extremely draining and just not a pretty thing to see on people. Like Black Friday stuff, people climbing over each other and fighting for things, just the sheer traffic and cloggedness of everybody trying to buy, and just I tend to try to avoid any of that and only go into it when I know that I have had quite the rest. Like I'm ready to get out because I feel like I need to get out. I will pick those times then to maybe visit the mall and look at that, because sometimes the mall has a pretty it has the holiday decorations and it has, the Santa and the line and the kids, and it's cute. But I'm there for an hour and I'm gone. Like that's as much as I can do. You can get my Starbucks and get out. And then I do all my shopping pretty much online if I can help it. Because I cannot stand the long lines and the waiting and all of that nonsense. So, of course, you probably already know this about yourself. So, nothing new here. But as an empath, again, it's very important to protect yourself and not say yes to every single invite that you're getting to parties or whatever. You need to have your week, see where your week is, you have your schedule, you have your work, whatever you're doing. Then you get your extra holiday invites or extra holiday gigs or, extra whatever it is for holiday. And you have to choose. You have to just choose which one is going to fit the best in my schedule, where I won't be where I won't be overworked. Maybe it's you had a kid thing that day, or and say no to the rest of them, because you can only do so much and it's draining, and that's where you just get into the holiday stress of it all. So anyway, wow, that was a lot to say about a lot of these tips, but I hope they help you in some way. Let me know if this sounds good to you. If you agree, if you think this is going to be helpful to you in some way. And again, be in the center, be the calm in the storm of the holiday craziness, and it will help your environment as if you put on music and a candle. You know what I'm saying? So happy holidays, and we will talk later. Bye.